We are right here next to some of the Canada geese, and everyone thinks them as a common and boring bird, but up close, these guys are really magical, aren't they?
Yeah, that is right, they are absolutely awesome. And they are quite confident around us, to be fair. They are coming pretty close. They're just going away now though, so let's try and catch them up.
The Canada goose, or Canadian goose, is a introduced species of geese into the UK, and one of the special features of Canada geese is that they can travel 1,500 miles in a day if the weather permits. Here are some photos I have taken of the Canada goose. Now let's go and find a new location. Here is the common species of cormorant, an excellent apex predator, and has adapted wings to help them propel themselves in the water.
So these Canada gooses here are quite tame. They don't even come this close. I'd say I'm about 6 foot away, so really not far. They are beautiful birds up close.
This is a grey lag goose, and it is the largest and bulkiest of wild goose native to the UK and Europe. How incredible! Then all of a sudden we have a beautiful heron fly across the lake, and I managed to zoom in and get this shot. The grey heron is a long-legged wading bird of the heron family. They have a wingspan between 1.6 and 2 meters. If you look right here, you can see the razor sharp teeth in the Canada goose, and that is why a lot of people don't like geese, because if you get bit by one, it really would hurt, and I can see why by them very sharp razor blades. But then we see something very cool. This is the great crested grebe, a very common bird in the UK, but I still think every time I see them they are stunning, and especially this close, as they always just dive away so quickly.
Whoa. I'm kind of surrounded right now by 3 Canada geese, as well as a grey lag goose coming over here as well. Whoa. This grey lag here is living on its own with these Canada geese, so there's no other grey lags we've seen, and it's just this one following them around.
We then get a special encounter with a mute swan, very, very close. And the reason why mute swans are called mute swans is mainly because of how much less vocal they are. So, me and Thomas just saw a pair of parakeets, and they are just so cool, as where I live I barely ever see any, and Thomas doesn't see them as much as me either. He sees them a little bit more though, but it's just incredible to see these parakeets. And I know it's not incredible that they are an invasive species to the UK and they are knocking off our native species, but there is always room for some beautiful looking birds. These are parakeets, and I absolutely love ringneck parakeets because of how vibrant and tropical they look. It basically is like you're in another country when you see these guys. Now, obviously it's not good because they have been released to the UK and are knocking out other native species, but I still do like them a lot. Thomas then left his phone out on record, hoping to get a close-up of pretty much any swan or goose that was there, but unfortunately that didn't happen. They just didn't get close enough. This coot was foraging around and pretty much looking for some seaweed to just eat for a nice, delicious meal. We then spot an amazing woodpecker, and this is a greater spotted woodpecker which is currently on this bark tree pecking away, which is really cool to see. Me and Thomas have found a bunch of mute swans and goose, so let's just go and see them. After some interesting behaviour displayed there by this Egyptian goose, I still think they are very cool water birds. After mating, this Egyptian goose has now secured another generation and will flap its wings about to prove its dominance in this area. After doing his mating and a lot of cooling, females lay one egg a day and then incubate them, which will last for about 28 to 30 days. Egyptian geese also have clutch sizes that are large, and they consist between 5 to 11 eggs.
So we want to film that Egyptian geese. Unfortunately, he's kind of been blocked off by all of these.
After Thomas got himself unstuck from all of them geese over there, he has now came over with me to try and observe the Egyptian goose a lot closer. Now this is a male Egyptian goose, as you can tell by a lot of cooling and mating, but he does soon run away when we try to come around him, and he starts legging it back towards his area. So we just saw the Egyptian geese, beautiful bird, absolutely stunning, and it's incredible to see these around in the UK. They're a bit like mandarins, just a lot more less beautiful. We then explore another side of the lake, but all it had was these coots, and I managed to get an incredible shot in my opinion. I mean, just look at that. But then we see this pigeon who is just completely plucking at these berries. But then we decide to head back around the other lake. So far we have seen coot, moorhen, Canada geese, Egyptian geese. We've also seen mute swan as well. We've also seen grey lag geese, cormorant, and we've also seen grey heron. But the cormorant and the grey heron have all been flying, apart from one bit of footage where it was in the middle of the lake for the cormorant. But yeah, that's what we've been seeing at the moment. We'll keep trying round more, but hopefully we can see more, maybe even a visit of a kingfisher, but that's very unlikely, as you know. But that will be in a future episode. We then find a cormorant swimming and manage to get a super close-up shot of one.
Right everyone, there are some cows down here. Look really cool actually.
There is also a magpie on the cow, plucking away at all of the little midges and whatever could be on this guy's fur. But it is really cool to see this interaction between these animals.
Thank you. Right, we're heading down this pathway now. Do not know what's down here, but there are some cows as well. Zach, what do you want to see?
Well, Thomas thought he saw a muntjac. I hear some parakeets. So, yeah, let's hope we can see maybe a parakeet up close for me.
Let's go.
And that wish certainly came true, as we got very close up footage of a parakeet. How incredible. As I said earlier, parakeets are not native to the UK and are taking over our current species, which is something to be concerned of. Thank you for watching this episode on Animals with AB, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!